Check, check, check. Oh, hi. Welcome. Welcome to the Jake and Tanner bonus segment.
That wasn't a pain in the dick.
Boy, that was tough. Who's dead, did you say?
Willie Garrison?
Who's that?
You would know him if you saw him.
Prison Break?
That doesn't feel right.
Is he the one that bought all those underagers beer and then he had to go to prison because they died?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you remember that actor?
This is the guy.
Which guy?
Oh, thank God that I decided to give you the smallest fucking video and picture.
There was like 8 guys on what you just showed me.
Willie Garrison. This guy, you know him.
All right. I don't.
You've never seen him before?
I don't think so.
Ever, huh? I have.
What is he on?
They say it's Sex in the City, but
Never
that's not
watched
what I
that.
know him from. He's dead at 57.
What do you know him from?
That's a great question. Let's see here. What I would know him from. He was on Pushing Up Daisies. I've never watched that.
I did.
2.5 Men. He was on there. Not really a big fan of that.
Neither am I.
I've seen him on like comedies. He's a comedic actor. But yeah, he was on a few things. I knew his face for sure when I saw him. But he's dead. Well, they go in threes, man.
They what?
Celebrities go in threes.
Is that the first one you're saying?
No, that was the third one.
Who was the 2 before that? Paul Walker.
Nope.
Robin Williams.
Nope. Well, yes, but no. Well, we had Norm recently.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was somebody right before Norm, too.
I don't know.
Ed Asner.
Okay. He's dead?
Ed Asner, Norm, and then this guy.
Dude.
And you know who's still fucking alive and kicking and older than all 3 of them? Betty White.
Are you yet on the train of hating Ryan Reynolds as much as I am?
No, not yet.
You're not sick of the people and then like impressions come out, which by the way, when you can do an impression of Ryan Reynolds, it's kind of fun. But it's just everywhere. And him on TikTok doing a blue, and then people are like, oh my God, voice coaches are like, oh, you can actually sing, blah, 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 blah. It's Ryan in every single movie. It's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he does have a lot coming out right now.
Well, I'm just saying you always get Ryan Reynolds. I don't want to see Ryan Reynolds as Ryan Reynolds. That's the easiest gig in the world. He gets paid like we do. We get to be ourselves. He doesn't even have to get into characters anymore.
There's a few actors that are like that. To be honest, there's a lot.
It's kind of how it is anymore. There's only a handful of actors that...
Daniel Day-Lewis.
I'd say Tom Hardy is one of those.
And Shia
Topher Grace. Oh.
Topher Grace has a new show coming out.
He does?
Good for him, right? I think it's called like House Economy or something. I don't know, but I saw
I know
a trailer for it, and I was like, "Good for him, man.
Yeah,
good for you."
I like Topher. Big fan.
Yeah, I mean, he was fine, but I was just happy that he was doing something.
I liked the '70s show. I thought he was fun in that. That was his thing, though. That's what sucks about acting so much.
Dude, does it make you sad when you realize how long ago that '70s show was?
Yeah, a little. But I didn't catch it until when it was stopped really on TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
so it's kind of like with the rest of us and Friends.
Yeah, pretty much the entire world.
To us, you'd be like, oh, Friends came out in '93 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not that bad. I just started watching it.
Well, I'm sad, and it's scary to think, because we're in the entertainment field, too, that they can just go, all right, we're bored with this. We're done. Yeah. We don't want Topher Grace anymore. We're sick of his... That was his thing, like that 7 years or however long they did it. I started thinking that right around now.
What really sucked, it sucks for these actors because what they do is they get that gig like Topher did with that 70s show.
Right.
And then he becomes super recognizable because everybody likes that 70s show, and they're like, you're Eric Foreman, like, oh my God, you're awesome. And then it goes to your head as an actor, because as an actor, you don't want to just work on one show and be done. You want to become an actor. And so he's like, I'm going to leave and go do movies. And then it just didn't work out for him.
Remember Friends? Friends did the same thing. They all wanted to be huge movie stars. The only people that can do that, Well, really, Woody Harrelson is like the one that made it. And David, not Duchovny, who's the Friends guy?
David Schwimmer?
David Schwimmer said, he goes, well, I want to make the transition to movies when he was getting out. And he said, Woody Harrelson did it, so I think there's a chance for me.
Woody Harrelson is a better actor.
Oh, my God. Did you ever hear that Norm Macdonald story with Woody Harrelson? It is outstanding, and I'm going to butcher it. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe we can just play the audio.
Kayla was my favorite. It just popped up in my TikTok. I have like 10 of them that are saved. But the story, the joke about Andy Richter, the Swedish German.
I haven't heard
it's so funny. It's like 5 minutes. And he's just, and watching him on Conan was so much fun because Conan would just let him do just Norm be Norm. And Norm had such a unique way of telling jokes.
Oh my God, he was outstanding.
Jon Stewart said Norm Macdonald was one of the only people that could ever get him on the floor laughing because he just keeps going and going and going.
I'm sorry if you said this, but Conan was saying, and I think he said it to Howard Stern or maybe David Letterman, that Norm Macdonald was their favorite. It's like he almost didn't prep for anything, and it was still laugh out loud funny.
Yeah. Norm could just do whatever he wanted.
The moth joke is one of my favorite on Conan O'Brien, and he does a 10-minute joke about this moth, and it has.
I never watched it. Well, I probably have, but I don't remember.
It's somewhere on this Patreon. If it's a couple down, if anybody wants to go watch it. But he takes a joke and makes it 10 minutes or whatever, and there's at the end of it.
There's like no payoff.
Right. The funny part was like how long. Well, Norm went on and did his bit, and then Conan says, "Hey, stick around. We'll have more Norm Macdonald next." And then Norm on the commercial went, "Oh, dude, I don't have any more bits. I thought I was only doing one." He said, "You can be fine. We'll just goof around." He goes, "Well, what do we?" He's like, "Just tell your moth joke." And so he said he took a moth joke that was supposed to be like a 2 minutes, and he stretched it to 10.
He used to do that that's awesome. He used to do that in his early days of the late night with him. Is he would just have Norm would stick around on the couch. Have you ever seen him? It was Conan and Norm was there, and then some girl came out as a second guest. So it was like a B actor. It was Ally McBeal. Maybe that was Ally.
Sure.
Or something. Melbourne played or something, and the guy was there, and then Norm was just making fun of like Carrot Top. He was making fun of her for doing a shitty
what you're talking
movie.
About. What is her name?
I can't remember.
Blonde.
Yeah, she was blonde. She was very pretty.
She had She had Jim Belushi, whatever. One of the Belushi, not the
one of the Blues Brothers.
No, I don't think one of the Blues Brothers. I think the Blues Brothers' brother. He had a TV show. Late 90s, early 2000s. According to Jim, that guy. And he's the white. I'll tell you who it is right now.
Yeah.
Probably means nothing, but according to Jim, wife. No, that's her, but I can't. It doesn't say the actress name.
But yeah, Kayla was at. She's like, why is your TikTok just filled with Norm stuff? I was like, he's dead. Like TikTok's just filled with Norm stuff right now, and she was like, not mine. I was like, oh, that's how I forget.
Courtney Thorne-Smith. Sorry.
Even though we're all on TikTok,
it's more dedicated to you.
Still not everybody can relate. There are some trends that might transcend, but like. I only saw one. I see a Gabby Petito thing like every 30 videos, and I bet you yours is way more filled with them.
It is. It's like every 3 there's a Gabby Petito video.
Yeah, and I don't have nearly any of them. So when you're like everybody on TikTok's talking about this and be like, well, my TikTok's got a lot of what I just showed you.
That's what's scary.
But that's what they got to do to get my attention. You need to have that girl twerking and then being like, Gabby Petito's body was found.
Well, that's what's scary about just living in the world we know. I mean, it's like, why doesn't everybody agree with me? Every news channel and outlet is talking about it, but in reality, that next person's isn't talking about that, so it's just confusing. Mm-hmm. The Norm Macdonald thing with Conan, he was talking about, he's like, I did a movie, and he's like, it's outstanding to work, because we were talking about Woody Harrelson, back to this, and he's like, and Woody Harrelson is an outstanding actor, and I'm not really, but he's like, and then the director said action, and we had the scene, and then Woody's like, hey, well, do you want a beer? And Norm goes, no, I don't drink beer. And he's like, no, come on, do you want to just have one? We can just have one. Let's just have a beer. And he's like, no, I don't. I told you I don't drink, but I thought you only did the weed stuff. I didn't think that you drank beer too. And the director goes, cut! What are you doing? It's not, stay on script. And then he's like, I forgot that Woody's so good. I didn't realize that he was doing his part. And yeah, that was my story.
I love it.
I thought I'd get more from you on that.
Sorry.
You're busy over there. I don't even think you heard my story.
I heard a lot of it.
What part did you hear?
I heard that he doesn't drink beer. He's like, I thought you only do weed. And then the director's like, just stay on script.
Pretty close.
Is that pretty much it?
Pretty much some of it. And then Woody, and he was just lost in the moment of Woody Harrelson acting.
And he's not pretty.
Woody?
Yeah.
I think so. You don't think so? I think he's way better than that one Neil Patrick Harris or whatever that you think is good looking.
That's just fucking offensive. Woody Harrelson is not as good looking as Neil Patrick Harris.
Woody Harrelson is beautiful. Maybe I just like him as an actor. He's not probably the greatest looking.
Yeah.
You know who's not really...
This guy. Like, you're telling me this guy?
Yeah, I just like him as an actor. I think Matthew McConaughey, you take away a lot of his makeup or the way he speaks.
His southern charm.
He's not the most pretty man in the world.
Did you see Matthew McConaughey on Zoom?
Yeah, that's what we posted that.
Yeah.
It was like, if Matthew looks like this on Zoom, what do we look like?
Yeah. Like, he looks like shit.
Seriously,
oh,
man.
my God. But yeah, you take away his southern charm. And like, dude, I've never seen somebody who looks better sweaty than dry than Matthew McConaughey. Because here's Matthew McConaughey dry.
That's a dry Matthew.
That's dry Matthew. And here's wet Matthew.
He looks better wet.
Wet Matthew is so much prettier than dry Matthew. Oh, God. He is starting to... If he doesn't do if he's wearing his big glasses and stuff, tell me that you would feel comfortable walking down the street with him.
He needs to do something with... The hair's getting just a tad too long.
And the glasses and the hat and the nose scruff. Like, if you saw that guy... You'd be like, he's taking pictures of my butt right now. Like, if he was behind you.
He's such a good... Who would have thought that dude was going to be one of the greatest actors that we have?
And that's not true that he didn't want to be an actor, right?
No, I think
just an urban legend?
I think he always wanted to do... I mean, he was in also when he was young, he was doing Unsolved Mysteries. He was trying to get parts.
Yeah, because people started that rumor that he never wanted to be an actor, and he was just getting drunk with a producer one day. And he offered him the part, and now he has this full career.
I don't think so. I think he tried for it.
Yeah.
But he said at one point that he thought he was just the dude.
He was just going to be that character actor?
Yeah, just going to be that character actor. And then he said he started taking movies not for paychecks. And he started not making a lot from the movies, but they were so much more...
But he was learning now.
He was learning, and they were so much better to get into character, more fun to play. I want to move on just really quick, and then we got to get out of here because we got a lot of crap to do.
Yeah, we do.
We got Zach and Mandy's coming over to help us shoot the intro to JTX, plus a couple other things
that
we got going on. By the way, tell some friends about Jake and Tanner Experience. Get some tickets. Do that. Text JTX to 71090. Come party with us. One of the days of Friday or Saturday, October 22nd and 23rd.
Or come both days.
Did you see that? Because Ariana Grande was talking about how she does not... She's really bad at the contract. I didn't know Ariana Grande was The Voice.
She's just starting this year.
Oh, she is.
I just found that out.
Okay, I'm so confused. I thought she won on The Voice.
No.
And she was under contract on The Voice.
No, she's a coach this year.
Gotcha. Okay, well, this made me go down a road that I didn't have to, but I was looking at, like, behind-the-scenes contracts about, like, American Idol and X Factor, and I want to read just some of these on the X Factor contract. The winner gets 15% from a single and album sales. That's it.
That's it?
The winner gets 15%. Headlining a tour brings 7.5% of the show's profits.
That's it?
That is it. The 12 contestants are given 3 weeks to pursue and sign the contract before the beginning of each series and offered a choice of 3 independent solicitors whose fees are paid by Cowell. Artists who are voted out of the show still under contract to Simon Cowell's label for 3 months.
Oh, really?
Just because if you get voted off, like think of Harry Styles got voted off, but he can still go make somebody wants him real quick. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's popular right now and he can sing. I'm going to make something out of him, but he's probably thinking after 3 months you're done.
Yeah.
Sony said that left artists free to collect profits from live appearances as well as TV and corporate events. Wait, what does that mean? But Sony said that, okay, whatever. The winner had to sign up with an agent.
Yeah.
And that deal lasts 14 years.
Oh my God!
That is a 14-year contract.
A 14-year contract on a flash in the pan singer. No wonder why these people don't do anything after.
The record label has final say over tracks for albums and can choose producers and single releases. Whatever. Yeah, I get that. Another clause states the artist leaving the show may have to give 5% of all future live earnings to Simon Cowell for a year.
Hell yeah! Dude, I guess. And you get to look at him and be like, without me and without this show, you would make none of that. So 15% is better than zero.
I want to see
15% of $100,000 is better than 100% of no $1,000.
So this is what American Idol the American Idol winner gets 125. Now we're over to American Idol. FYI, we're switching gears. The American Idol winner gets $125,000 when they sign the contract, and the remaining 125 when they complete an album, which they have 4 months to do. They also have a budget of as much as $300,000 to record that album, which is given as an advance. You're going to have to pay back on future earnings. While the headline figure is $250,000, the artist probably won't get all of that.
Probably not.
The winner takes home about $187,000.
Ugh.
Contestants in earlier years took home, that was 2021, by the way. The contestants in earlier years took home way bigger contracts. Kelly Clarkson winning $1 million deal. And as the show has gone on, the winners have become less successful. The value of the prizes has fallen. Yeah, dude, make it. Singers, you have to make all of your money on tour.
Yeah, you do, because there's too many people. Unless you're gonna be Taylor Swift and you're gonna create your write your music too, then you're not gonna make that much. You got to make it on tour and appearances. Because I think it was Taylor Swift makes like $1.50 per album sale or something like that, and that's with her writing her own songs.
That's how you want to get writing your music and not having Scooter Braun.
Yeah, take it all.
Dude, that's how you make your money.
That was the best thing that could have happened to her. Dude, it's the best thing that could have happened to her, because now she's releasing her Taylor's version of albums. So not only did she make the money on those albums then, since she owned the rights to the songs, just not the recordings, she gets to re-release the songs on new albums. She's not writing new music. She just gets to resell her albums.
And
because she just did that one. Now she just announced she's coming out with a new Red album or whatever.
And the people
are going to buy it.
Because now she's standing up against the man, women's power, which is great, but she's really going to sell these now.
And she markets them as Taylor's version.
It's brilliant. That girl is
they're
brilliant.
All her version. But yeah.
Nothing's worse than the contract, though, that Scottie Pippen signed for Chicago Bulls. I know I'm going in like 90s basketball here, but he was the second best player in the NBA next to Michael Jordan. And he signed like a deal, like a 14-year deal for like $2 million. Dude, you got to hear this. It's crazy.
I know that he got like a shit deal.
Scottie Pippen contract explained. Let me see if I can just quickly find this. If I can't, the financial NBA 1991 would be an unrecognizable to younger fans. The cap was more than 10 times smaller than it is today. Pippen played 10 years under one of the worst contracts in NBA history. A 5-year, $18 million deal that was far more complicated than those terms suggest. That seems like it would be fine. But I don't think
What did Jordan get?
Jordan's was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jordan even felt really bad about...
Well, you can't... it's so hard when people are like, I feel bad. Like, this person should, you work your own deals.
Well, he signed that, 10-year deal. Mm-hmm. And in the 1990-91 season, by the time his final season with the Bulls rolled around, it had more than... hang on, I'm so sorry. I thought I knew more than this. This article is making me...
Confused?
Yeah, it's making me more confused than I thought I knew. I haven't watched The Last Dance in a while.
I've never watched it. I'm sure it was... sure it was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, so Pippen signed off on his effectively a 7-year, $18 million contract. Mm-hmm. Pippen's agents advised him against taking it. Just about everyone knew it was a bad deal. However, no one could have predicted just how much worse it would become. NBA salary cap more than doubled between Pippen signing his extension in 91 and his departure from the Bulls in 98, jumping from 11.9 to 26.9 million in that period.
Oh.
So not only had Pippen negotiated without leverage, he'd done so using outdated metrics.
What does that mean?
By the time Pippen's final Bulls season arrived, he was the 6th highest paid player on the team and the 122nd highest paid player in the league.
Oh, my God. And he was it's Scottie Pippen. We know his name. I know his name. And I'm not even a huge basketball fan.
Here you go. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan's $33.1 million salary was 12 times larger than Pippen's, was just below $2.8 million. Yeah, because if you do the math on that, you do a 10-year deal for $18 million.
Yeah, you're making $1.8 million a year.
And becoming so much more popular with Jordan, and you becoming one of the best point guards on the league at that time.
Yeah. Oh, that does suck so much.
Yeah, that's why
to sign that big of a deal before you've really even made a name for yourself.
In the end, though, it was he signed a $67 million deal when he went to the Houston Rockets, leaving the Bulls in 98. Yeah, he stopped playing for that year, and Jordan got so pissed. Because he was pouting. Yeah. And he's like, they should treat me better because everybody else is getting paid. I'm getting paid as the 122nd person in the league, but I'm number 2 best player in the league.
Yeah.
But they're not paying me for it, but it's like, you signed it, dude.
Yeah,
sorry.
You can't. Yeah, it's the same thing where it's like they did that with movies. They were having the actress was mad because they weren't making as much money to go and do reshoots or something like that. And it's like, yeah, but that was the deal you signed. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
That would be like me signing my deal and then walking into Joe's office and being like, wait a minute, I want more money because I found out that, Jake makes X. Now I want that. Now you have to give it to me or I'm not going to do anything. And it's like, well, you signed it. Like, we agreed on this.
That was that Mark Wahlberg movie.
Yeah. It was.
He in his contract, it said, if you come back and reshoot, you get so much money.
Yeah,
hers
you get like $1 million.
Yeah.
But hers, it was like, we'll give you $1,000 to come do it.
And she was using, it was so annoying because she was using, it's because I'm a woman.
And it's like, no. Don't get mad at Mark Wahlberg because he signed a better deal than you. Get mad at your agent for not signing a good deal.
All right, we got a lot of things to do. We got to go to Joe's office and get tickets for JTX because apparently we got comp tickets, which is great. But if you're not lucky enough to have a morning show and put on your own JTX, then you should buy them and you should hang out. And if you want to go and you want to buy them, text JTX to 71090.
Yeah, bitch.
All right, we out.